You come to a comedy show in pajamas? This looks like a pajama.
Hey, thanks for clicking on the clip. While you're at it, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell for new videos every single Tuesday. Anyway, I got asked to do a roast battle and it was a disaster. I beat both the other guys and it was not even close. I wrote these jokes like an hour before the show and they didn't write shit. It was really bad, very cringy. I had cut some of it out just because I didn't want to embarrass them too much, but here you go.
For those who don't know, Walid is the official face of the Austrian Post. Just funny because he's known for delivering his package to women and he often comes earlier than expected. However, in reality, Walid is much more like Franz Fuchs because his package usually explodes in his own hands.
Okay, each line one after the other. Okay. So this is Reginald Bärris in front of me.
It's a good start, man.
He's an American comedian doing stand-up comedy in Austria. After 6 years, still an unknown motherfucker. Doesn't even work out. You know. He's the skinniest black man I've seen after the president of Rwanda.
Congratulations on the most concise insult I've ever heard, Walid. It just rambled on and on. Also, like you're like, oh, he didn't make it. You're on the same stage as me right now. Here's the thing, Walid's a bit of a pussy hound. He one time drove halfway to Poland for a first Tinder date because every girl in Austria already filed a restraining order. Honestly, he's such a pussy hound. I asked him one time, he said, I forgot how many women I had sex with because it is not elegant to keep count. Which coincidentally is that he has the same philosophy for STDs and rape accusations.
I just want to come back to your hair. What the fuck? Looks like rotten broccoli on your head. And what the fuck is happening? You know, he looks like you know, like the actor in the movie. What's the movie again? Streben nach Glück. Do you know this movie, Streben nach Glück? Yeah. What's the name in English? Yeah, with Will Smith, yeah. But he doesn't look like Will Smith, he looks like the crackhead who's sleeping next to him in the subway station. I was proud of this one.
I love that you decided to come at me mostly for my appearance looking like you look right now. Like with a beard, you look like every kebab stand owner I've ever seen. Without a beard, you look like an undercover cop trying to smoke doobies at a high school. Walid, what I just love so much is like so much of Walid's, he's focusing on looks because everything Walid does in life, especially his comedy, is just so he can try to get laid at some point. Which is honestly why it's so much more disturbing that 90% of his act is impersonating Michael Jackson. Using Michael Jackson as your footprints to follow for sex, dude. If anything, you're more like R. Kelly, okay? You're way browner than Michael Jackson, infinitely less talented, and nobody doubts you had sex with an underage girl.